The clean and jerk starts off with the weight on the floor. You're going to like jump up, bring the weight onto your shoulder, and then you're going to jump it up again into full extension for the rep to count. Then we're going to bring the weight down again, touch the floor, bring it to our shoulder, and bring it up into full overhead extension for the rep to count. Your points of performance are always to keep your heels flat on the floor and your back and core engaged at all points of time. Remember that when you jump up to catch the weight, you will be jumping downwards as the weight starts coming up. Similarly, when you're doing the jerk part of the workout, you have to get into full extension of your knees, hips, and your elbows for the rep to count. Again, so when you start off from the floor, you jump, bring the weight up onto your shoulders, you've got to straighten yourself, then you will re-dip again, jump up, bring the weight up into an overhead position with your elbows locked out, and then stand up straight. Next exercise is going to be 9 air squats. Similar to the clean and jerk, you are going to make sure your heels are always in contact with the floor. With your heels in contact and your feet shoulder width apart, you are going to start by pushing your hips behind and then descending into a full squat with your back engaged and straight and your core engaged and tight at all points of time. So as you get into ready to squat, please make sure your heels are in contact with the floor, that you're pushing your knees outwards and while you're descending into a full squat, and that you finish off the rep by standing up in full extension. Third exercise is going to be our V-ups, which starts off with us lying down on the floor. We're going to bring our feet up together with our knees as straight as possible and feet close together, and you're going to try and touch your toes. Make sure your upper back leaves the floor while you're doing this movement, and that you try and touch your toes. If you can't touch your toes, you can even touch your shin. If this movement is too difficult, you can use the scaling option instead, which is going to be V-tucks, which is only different from the V-up, where you're going to be bending your knees and bringing it to your chest and trying to touch the heels of your feet while you're doing this movement. Make sure again here that your upper back leaves the floor while doing this movement. Okay guys, and there's one point I forgot to mention earlier, which is that if after your first 3-minute AMRAP you have done, let's say 3.5 rounds, the next time you start your AMRAP again, you should first finish your half round before you start your next round. Okay, so have fun guys. Don't forget to upload your scores, and I shall see you again tomorrow.